Welcome to my views on news. Fast-paced developments being seen in Tigray conflict in the war ongoing in northern part of Ethiopia. Ethiopian federal forces, regional forces, and Eritrean military are making swift territorial gains. We have a new story for you from Tigray's historic city, Axum. Historic city, cultural capital, religious center of Tigray is under siege, it seems. Shire came under ENDF and EDF control around a week ago. And Shire was the first major defense line for Tigray forces. That is why they tried their best to defend Shire for several days. For more than 2 weeks, there was fighting to the north of Shire. Shire fell. And if you remember, I had said Shire's fall would have dominoes effect. And that is what seems to be happening. Shire fell, and after that, Adarkai, Mesamre, and Bamadre lost by Tigray forces. On southern front, they lost Vaja, Timoga, Elamata, Koram. There was TDF in Koram 48 hours ago, but ENDF and ENDF Hamara forces, they had gone past Koram under sea. So on southern front, on western front, on northern front, after Shire's fall, Tigray forces came under pressure, and ENDF and EDF, they swiftly advanced along B30 highway. Slaleka came under ENDF, EDF control around 2 to 3 days ago. Then reportedly Vikro, not Vikro on A2 highway to the north of Makale. I'm talking about Vikro, which is between Axum and Shire. Reportedly, within the last 24 hours, Vikro also came under ENDF and EDF control. And now Axum, viewers. Axum city is under pressure. It is under partial siege. Ethiopian and Eritrean forces have laid partial siege to Axum city. From Shire side, from western side, they have managed to reach very close to Axum city. From three different directions, EDF and ENDF have been trying to advance towards Axum. From Shire, firstly. Secondly, from Adihai, which is on Eritrea-Tigray border. From Adihai as well, reportedly, ENDF and EDF, they managed to reach close to Axum. Third direction was from Rama, Adwa. We don't know about the gains here made by ENDF and EDF, but from two directions, they have managed to reach close to Axum. From Shire side, Shire, Salalaka, Vikro, and secondly from Adihai side, which is on Tigray Eritrea border. So you can say that Axum city of Tigray is under partial siege. Axum is very important for Tigrayans. It is religious center of Tigray, cultural center of Tigray. Axum's loss would be emotional loss, though not very strategic, like Shire is very strategic. Adwa as well. To the east of Axum, there is Adwa. Adwa is strategic too. And what I have learned through some sources is that TDF will try to defend Adwa more than Axum. Adwa is more strategic than Axum. And fighting in Axum urban combat in Axum would be devastating. Why? Because the city is home to several cultural monuments, churches, other historic places. What will TDF do? Will it withdraw from Axum towards Adwa like it withdrew from Shire? There was no urban combat in Shire. TDF lost Shire, it retreated when it knew that it was under pressure. It was unable to defend Shire. We saw that Tigray forces, they withdrew from Shire, though they were forced to withdraw. They had to retreat because they were not in a position to defend Shire. What is going to happen in Axum? Same could happen in Axum. I don't think TDF will fight in Axum city. Tigray forces are under intense pressure on Axum front from two directions. Axum is under siege. Reportedly, EDF and ENDF, they have deployed tens of thousands of their troops. I reported, I think, when from Shire, ENDF and EDF launched a ground offensive in eastern direction towards Axum. I reported that tens of thousands were part of that movement of troops. Sort of human wave attack, you can say, or you can say that a large number of troops are deployed. Tigray forces have been overwhelmed, already overwhelmed in terms of numbers. EDF and ENDF, they have a considerable advantage over Tigray forces. And EDF and ENDF are making most of this advantage in terms of having more manpower, and tens of thousands are converging on Axum city. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts are underway to stop the war. We know that on Friday, today, UN Security Council will discuss Ethiopian conflict. What will happen there remains to be seen. On Monday, African Union going to host talks between Tigray representatives and Ethiopian federal government representatives in South Africa. But still 72 hours remain before the start of talks in South Africa, and several things could happen in the next 72 hours. The way ENDF and EDF are progressing, the way they are advancing, we could see them capture more major towns in the next 72 hours. That is what they are hoping, that before the start of talks in South Africa, ENDF and EDF, they want to gain significant military leverage by capturing more towns and cities of Tigray. Yesterday, someone said, Sajid, your reporting was not accurate. Shire was under siege by Tigray forces. Shire was not under siege. People tried to defend TDF's losses. I think analysis should be objective and unbiased and neutral. Shire was lost by TDF because TDF was unable to defend Shire. And TDF was in no position to lay siege to Shire. Yes, there could be some units of Tigray forces fighting close to Shire. Sometimes units are cut off during withdrawal, like we are seeing in Axum. But TDF was in no position to lay siege to Shire. Had Shire been under siege, do you think ENDF, EDF would have reached Axum? No, Shire is not under siege. Axum is under siege, though under a partial siege. To the east, road is open. Axum, Adwa road. The road is open for the withdrawal of Tigray forces. That one route is generally kept open. When armies lay siege to cities, towns, either they lay complete siege to kill, to neutralize forces inside cities, or deliberately they leave at least one route open for withdrawal, for retreat of the forces inside cities. And ENDF, EDF, they could not reach eastern areas to the east of Axum. So it's open. It's not that EDF and ENDF have deliberately kept this eastern road open. No, they could not reach this road, Axum Adwa road. That is why this road is open. TDF and Tigray fighters, Tigray militias, they can retreat from Axum towards Adwa. So we can sum up that Axum city under severe pressure, Tigray forces in Axum under severe pressure. Can TDF defend Axum? That remains to be seen, but the way things are progressing, it seems it would be difficult for Tigray forces to defend Axum city. Thank you for watching.